Everybody, it's Victor. Time to run here the Binding of Isaac Victor Repentance series. Happy Friday, Mosh Pit, our first Friday of the new year. I hope you all have a great start to your weekends. We're still waiting for another video to cross 3,000 likes. A couple of them are very close from this past week, but if you'd like to support the channel and you don't feel like watching the videos or you just want to help out, you can go back and click those like buttons on those videos. Helps out a great deal and is the best way to support not only my channel, but your other favorite channels here on YouTube as well. Here's your artwork of the day here. Amazing artwork submitted here by Comfortable Deal 4718, who actually didn't make this, but apparently it was their wife's artwork, which looks awesome, especially in that frame. They said, "Hey Sin, longtime viewer, not very active here on Reddit. I think I've been following you since I was in high school, and I've been done with college for a few years now." Good Lord. Long time, man. I got married recently, and my wife occasionally watches you with me. She painted this for my office, and it came out so sweet. And yeah, it's just a perfect painting of death. Like, it looks like, honestly, like a screenshot from, like, Vanilla Isaac, like Flash Isaac. That's how good it is. So thank you very much to Comfortable Deal and your wife as well, and everyone who upvoted that one. Seriously, that is an awesome, awesome, awesome artwork. The frame is perfect. What can I say? So many talented people in the mosh pit. It blows me away every single time. Oh, good. You guys, gonna be two dead A-roll. We've got Cube Baby, which, you know, Cube Baby, I will say the last time that we saw Cube Baby was in that greed run that we had a couple weeks ago, and you know, Cube Baby it's still trash. But in greed, at least, you know, he was doing stuff. You know, he was doing all right. We're also starting with Diplopia, two red hearts and one soul heart. Here's the thing about Cube Baby. This is the number one most fatal flaw about Cube Baby is the fact that it gets in Isaac's way, and it will stop you and actually impede your movement until, like, you knock it away. You can't shoot it, which also doesn't make any sense, because why would you be able to shoot through it but then not be able to walk through it, or at least over it? And that sort of thing is like, it really holds the item back. There's a lot of stuff that happens, like little annoyances, little quirks about certain items that, you know, it doesn't jive well with my play style. And Cube Baby is certainly one of those ones where, like, if I could if I could improve one thing about it, I would make it to where Isaac can walk through it or over it or beyond it, whatever. That in my opinion, that is like the only thing that really holds it back. Whether or not we're going to see that change, who knows? But as you see here, you can actually move Cube Baby around, and he'll bounce around, and, like, if it does enough freezing damage to an enemy, it will actually freeze them solid, and then you can push them around and have those fractal shots come out everywhere, and just kind of do a splinter thing. Ooh. Now, an early 4.5 volt does kind of pique my curiosity a little bit, but not like use Diplopia pique it. There's pretty much the golden rule, in my opinion, for Diplopia is that you don't want to really use it unless you just have a deal that you just can't refuse. You really don't want to use Diplopia before your first devil deal, because what you're doing is, if you do that, you're passing up the opportunity to possibly get Guppy in one devil deal, and that would just simply be way too powerful. So there's too much power to let go. I'm going to go back and get that key real quick. I think the secret room is also to the left of the room that's to the left of the key room. This one right here. It is. And I'm going to use a bomb here. Maybe get a crawl space. Didn't. Check the secret room real quick here. And we get an eternal chest, which, you know, it gave us a Binky. Binky's going to give us a 4.44 Tears Up, which, combined with Capricorn, I mean, this is like a solid start. So you see that Cube Baby and like Freezer Baby and Uranus and like all other freezing effects in the game, they take a little ramp time to get up. But once you do finally get that frozen damage built up and break through the resistance, you can actually freeze them solid and just totally crowd control them. So as much as I would have loved to have gotten 4.5 volt, you know, and I could have bombed the donation machine. I chose not to, obviously, just because we don't have a space bar that's going to synergize with it right now currently. So I just don't think that's worth it. And yeah, we're not trying to save the donation machine anymore, of course, but at the same time, you know, you never know. You never know. And check the item room real quick and get the prayer card, which is going to give us an HP upgrade. It's, you know, it's okay. And actually, what we can do is we can hold on to the prayer card until. I'd rather have the bomb. We can go through this and hold on to the prayer card until we absolutely need to get. I would have used a bomb for that. Until we need to get Diplopia for the devil deal. This way we can maybe sneak ourselves an extra Eternal Heart, which will give us one extra red heart to use for our devil deal in case we do end up using it. We'll check out this here golden chest and we can range upgrade. Now the member card, even though I don't like the membership card because the items are absurdly priced, with Diplopia that gives us an opportunity to get something massive in there if we get it. Now, would I rather have the 4.5 volt of the membership card? I mean, 100% 4.5 volt if we had a space for item that actually synergizes with it. Have a bomb. I thought we had a bomb. Necesito una bomba. So it looks like we probably will get a full charge on the prayer card. Ideally, we'd get 2 full charges so we can actually still leave with an Eternal Heart, but I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think we're that lucky. A great start here, especially thanks to Capricorn. For like a half second, I did briefly consider using Diplopia on Capricorn for the double all stats up, but that's just, it's not a waste because obviously we're getting like, you know, the best all stats up in the game. It's just kind of that goes pretty hard pretty quickly there at the start of a floor whenever we haven't even seen our first devil deal. Again, the golden rule of thumb for me when it comes to Diplopia is you want to at least save it. Don't rip it until you get to your first devil deal. I think that is the best policy when it comes to Diplopia. If you start with it or if you somehow get it on floor 1. I didn't even see that. I am so mad right now. It was perfectly blended in right here on this whatever. Wow, that is... Cube Baby certainly is not helping the visual aspect of things. All right, so say thank you to Prayer Card. Appreciate it. Glad we had a couple extra soul hearts to go through that. And let's go see what we get from our devil deal. You see what I'm talking about with Cube Baby. It literally always starts in front of Isaac. And it is quite annoying. Disruptive. I'll wait for Limehorn. We're going to last week's question of the episode. What is your favorite 2-item synergy in all of Isaac? And, you know, that was the one that we had with the Jello plus 4.5 volt combo. Speaking of 4.5 volt, the most upvoted comment came in from Roy Robinson 5983, who said C-section and Spirit Sword makes me feel like I have an army. Happy New Year. This is of course before New Year's, and of course with us having a Diplopia start, we get ourselves a non-devil deal. Right. So there you go. Those of you who are archiving goings-onses in the mosh pit, there's your first evidence of 2024 that the game is listening to you. Exhibit A. Invicta gets a Diplopia start. Talks about how important it is to wait for the first devil deal in a run. Whenever you have Diplopia, and then our first devil deal is 3 red chests. There you go. Second most voted comment came in from CZH2432. Said the classic Tammy's Head Brimstone combo, aka Team Carry Cat. I think it's definitely. I think the Team Carry Cat is fantastic. I wouldn't, in my opinion, it's not the best of all time, but it's pretty dang good. You combine that with like some sort of way to recharge Tammy's Head, then now we're talking. But then that'd be like a three item combo, which is against the. That wasn't the question of the episode. And last but not least, we also had I'm gonna say a Shoro, iShoro. They said quad shot with 2020. Nothing like playing a bullet hell where you don't have to do any of the dodging. The only thing, I mean, yeah, quad shot like Mutant Spider plus 2020 is fantastic because obviously 2020 removes the tears down penalty from quad shot, but the only bad thing about that is that there are so many projectiles on the screen that the visual doo-doo can sometimes get in your way. But it's a minor nitpick in an otherwise phenomenal combo. I mean, out of those that were given, I mean, Spirit Sword C-section obviously is the most powerful. Just because of the way that C-section works with Spirit Sword is just so good and very satisfying too. Okay. All right. Well, at least we got 20. We did get not 2020, but Bookworm here out of the library. You baby. I don't know if you can sacrifice Q baby. I think you can. So sack altar is definitely something that we're going to be looking for, because I'm not willing to re-roll this run based purely off of my dislike for Q baby, but starting to get there. Now, who wants to play Let's Guess Invicta Luck? Who wants to bet that we don't get a double deal till 4-5? And we can submit that as Exhibit B to the game Always Listening to You. Just based on how, you know, the game knows that it started us with Diplopia. It knows that we're waiting for a double deal. And it knows that we are not going to be able to use it on anything else until we get to our, well, first double deal. And right now, at this rate, we are not going to get a double deal until floor 5. Because we have a 33% chance, basically, on this floor, which, of course, we were probably not going to get. Or controls with an angel deal. That's something else that could happen. Next floor will be 72%, assuming that we find ourselves a judgment. We can bomb. I don't know why I thought that would hit that Tenant Rock up there. So the longer we go on in this run, the more it's looking like the best move was simply just using Diplopia on Capricorn. But hey, you know, 2024, new year, new troll engine. Maybe they won't troll us. Maybe Troll Engine will be like, you know what? Let's give him something good here, and then we'll get him on the next run. Yeah. Like I said, remember what I said on this floor. Remember I called it. I'm just saying, for posterity's sake, remember. Good buddy Sinvicta called it. Because I know how this game works. The ruse was on the second that I saw that we didn't get a devil deal in our first floor devil deal. The non-devil deal is, with Diplopia start, is the only evidence I need for that. I'm not going to use the Two of Hearts yet. Because there is a small chance that we could get a sack room here. Spider Bite. I like Spider Bite, especially with this shot speed and tears rate. With a good application rate. The Eternal D-Sizzle is something that I also definitely would consider. If and only if we didn't have Diplopia. Here's another part of the trolling Here's another part of the troll engine that's going on right now that's next level. The fact that the game knows that we can't get rid of Diplopia because we simply can't even replace it with another spacebar item right now, or at least we're unwilling to, it's not going to give us anything that we can get rid of. So it's making us hold on to Diplopia as long as possible, which is therefore locking up our active item for no reason at all. That's what's happening right now. This is a conscious effort made by the troll engine. Some people out there are gonna be like, "Oh, you're crazy. You're looking into it too much. Oh, there's no way the game's made for doing that." Yeah, okay. Sure thing there, Poindexter. After all the stuff that you've seen this game do, just coincidentally happens to be the worst scenario of all time. Is it possible that this game is not going to give us anything that we can utilize our spacebar for because we have Diplopia, because it wants to lock up our active slot item? tell me that that's not a possibility. I rest my case. I will feel vindicated and proven right once we fail this devil deal and have to wait until floor 5. Continue to look for our shop. The room is possibly there. Yep. And a greed fight. We can't even use Diplopia in the shop. Another delay on possible value for Diplopia. I don't know why I'm trying to shoehorn a little Abadabba Ding Dong into our DPS. We don't need him. But it is nice to add on a little bit of extra damage just to get this greed fight over with. We don't have any bombs. I still need to go look for a sacrifice room. Although we are, at this point, honestly, we probably are better off just going for boss rush at this point and trying to get Diplopia in there. So that's what we're gonna do. So we don't end up bombing a judgment. So we're not going to have 73%, but odds should still be in our favor. Better than 50%, right? 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 Right. I mean, like, tell me where we've seen this song and dance routine before. Tell me. I know how this game is. I straight up know how it is. The moment I knew that we were in for something like this was when we didn't get that devil deal on floor 2. So now we get to hopefully make boss rush. If it means skipping this floor's item room, I mean, I don't want to, but we can. And we're going straight to the boss room here. Oh, this is gas. All right. So again, we had Mom's box in the shop here, but obviously at this point, we're pretty much pot committed to holding on to Diplopia, which is exactly what the game wanted. There's the entire map, by the way, everybody. So now our strategy goes from simply just using it in our first devil deal to we got to make boss rush and get some kind of value out of our starting Eden item. And by the way, this is not Diplopia's fault here. This is not Diplopia's fault. This is the product of the troll engine. Because there is no troll engine, according to Ed. LOL. So let's just go get this out of the way real quick. And for extra bonus points, who wants to bet that we get an angel deal instead of a devil deal? Anyone? Anyone? Bueller? Bueller? I don't even care about this 2 hearts anymore. I mean, it's... What do you want me to say? What do you want... Like... I've called every single beat in this run so far. Oh, it's pre-recorded, blah, blah, blah. Oh, bag of crafting, that's neat. All right. All right. Go check the angel shop real quick. Beautiful, wonderful, amazing. Now we just have to find our full card and get in the boss rush. And my final call for this episode before I just done with this run is we get a, let's say a 2. What are you thinking? I'm thinking a 2-item boss rush to end it. Just to put the ultimate ruse on us. We've gone through this entire ordeal of trying to use Diplopia. And the culmination of our journey is going to be a 2-item boss rush. Of Dry Baby and Ghost Baby. It's a little bit more of a long shot, but you know what? I'm willing to stick with it at this point. Now, is this, to go back on everything real quick, is this a bad run? It's not a bad run at all. We have great stats. We have a good setup. We've got, outside of Cube Baby, we've got, you know, very, very decent passive items, and a collection of, there's a collection of stuff that, another spacebar item, by the way, just want to keep pointing that out. And a collection of item that makes for a solid build. This is not a bad run. It's just being completely hamstrung by the fact that we've had no good use of Diplopia since starting with it. It could be better. Bro. Now, do we want more damage? Of course we want more damage. Why wouldn't we want more damage? There's a sack room there. We have our full card. Having a little Abba Dabba Ding Dong just makes me wish we had regular Maw of the Void. You know, he does deal good damage for a familiar. He's up there with Little Brimstone. What? Okay. No devil deal. And finally, we get ourselves our coup de grace. Monstro's Lung, Little Gertie, Mini Mush, and Game Kid. There you go. There you go, everybody. There you go. Remarkable, isn't it? All right, so I think we're just kind of done with this run here. We could play the sack room. Thing is, we can't go straight to. Yeah, it's a funny game. We can't go straight to the lamb because we're simply not strong enough. I actually don't want to put any more money in more than that, just because I don't want to accidentally reset our donation machine yet again. So yeah, we'll just head on down. Well, we saw Diplopia, and we also have the Angelic shop, which you can see right here is providing us with great value. We're going to take ourselves this Eternal Heart. to give ourselves some more HP that we will probably not do anything with at this point. I don't know how many active items we've seen on this run, but it's a lot. We include all the books, all the item rooms, the shops for every single active item that we've seen. It's got a total at least half a dozen. Bare minimum half a dozen, because the library alone was 3. This is feeling like a dead end. Still feeling like a dead end. World card. We'll save that for the next floor. What's funny is I almost said Game Kid for our when I was trying to call the boss rush items. I almost said Game Kid. Good damage here, Little Abaddon and the Abyssal Fly. But shout out to, by the way, shout out to Abyss Fly for just being here, just coming along for the ride. A movement speed upgrade, which we're already kind of going too fast, so I don't care about that. And I do want Eyeball Isle, but I don't want too spooky. So how you do that is you have to basically, if you have anything, trinket, pill, whatever, you have to drop it on the ground, pick it up, walk over the deal that you don't want, take the deal that you do, and then do the same thing to traverse back over without taking the unwanted devil deal. That's the only way that you can do that. So it took 7 floors before we got a devil deal. Dude, I'm down. I'm freaking down. We're going to lose an Eden token, but I don't care. Well, we could save it and skip Cathedral. Yeah, we'll just save it and skip Cathedral. We're gonna lose the world card, so we might as well use the world card now. The world. So say thank you, Diplopia. This was not the product of your fault. Now, what would really be wild is if we end up getting an R key and we just get to hit the reset button all over again on this run, which I would totally do, by the way. At this point, I would 100% take an R key just to redo everything on this run. You baby, I am very much looking forward to getting rid of you. I should actually go back and get that money because we are going to have one more angelic shop before we re-roll. And now that we don't have Diplopia, we're going to need at least 15 cents. I really should have bought Steam Sale. I was thinking a little too far ahead, and I was trying to make it to where we're going to have enough money for the angelic shop by not buying Steam Sale on that last shop. But in hindsight, should have just bought Steam Sale. All right, little Abba Ding Dong. Can't get close. Now I wish I would have picked up the movement speed upgrade because that would have been one more item that we could roll through with Genesis. We have 14 items. Genesis, which is not good, by the way. I wouldn't expect to get anything less than nothing from a bomb fight. Let's go into the arcade here. Maybe we're able to get a little bit extra money to spend in the last angelic shop. So the idea here is that we're going to use Genesis. We're going to use Genesis to get into we're going to use Genesis to skip the cathedral by way of just simply, well, not having to do it. But first, we're trying to get, I was trying to get money to buy something from the final angelic shop. Quarter helps out a little bit, but I don't think it counts as a secret room item. Although, of course, the best troll right there was that fact that we had a super greed fight in our secret room, which therefore bars us from getting into the boss trap room, which would have given us another item to roll with Genesis. So, you know, the ruse is still on. Don't get it twisted. We got Genesis. Yes, that is true. Do we need to Genesis this? No, we don't need a Genesis, especially with the items that we have. But I'm going to anyway because I'm going to. For one more item in here. Not gonna happen. Rip Genesis. Alright. Tears rate is very bad. Our damage is good. Shot speed's meh. Movement speed's kind of whatever. We do only have 1 HP though. I'm gonna go damage here. Ooh. I'm actually going to take Guppy's Paw because we can use the bed to get 3 more soul hearts before we leave. Scapular's good here. We need the Tears rate upgrade real bad. Eternal Desizzle. Hey, Scorpio. Yes. Pick number 1. Sty is really good here. I guess Binky. Jesus Juice. Maybe should have taken. I feel like Parasite's not going to be great here. We're taking movement speed. We get Revelation. This is our first angelic item, which I am going to take Revelation. We need movement speed. I got to take it. Oh. Okay. Okie dokie. They're all bad. We'll take damage here. Purgatory. Sure. Come on down, Purgatory. And since we've got a bone heart, we can't utilize the bed anymore, but that's okay. Yeah. We are significantly better thanks to Magic Mush. So Genesis at the very end, when all else failed. When all else failed, we ended up getting the big pog plays. If you're wondering why Revelations is looking like that, is because of Parasite, by the way. Gotta say this was definitely the biggest troll job of 2024. Biggest troll of 2024. Oh, you've never seen trolling like this. I started with Diplopia and then this happened. It's so funny how formulaic the clickbait titles have become. I don't go for clickbait necessarily, but clickbaity titles definitely help out with engagement. And of course I try not to overdo it. Occasionally I'll do it, especially if there's like something cheeky that happens in the game. but obviously not on every single video. Of course, that being said, though, the YouTube algorithm doesn't care about morals. It doesn't care about, it doesn't care about like your thoughts or opinions on whether or not clickbait is, I don't want to say wrong, but it's just uncouth. I don't even know if that's the correct use of that term. I'm going to say it is. Because at the end of the day, it rewards it. Like, you look at Guga. Guga is one of my favorite channels to watch. But I did get kind of tired of like all the same titles over and over again. And this is no disrespect to him because, hey, that's just how the game's played. Seriously. You title every single video with, I dry aged steak in horse manure and I ate it. That sort of stuff is like, I mean, that's what sells. Like, that's exactly what sells on YouTube. So I don't slight any fellow YouTubers for doing such a thing. I try to do it sparingly. But we probably grow a lot faster as well if I started doing it more often, but I'm just not going to. I just don't feel good about it, I think occasionally, every now and then, I think I have a decent amount of clickbaity titles. They do perform much better than the regular, like, oh, this is an episodic release title, that sort of thing. But who knows? Who knows what I ended up making this video title? I mean, you guys will. I won't. But I'll figure it out, though. So thank you for watching, everyone. Happy Friday. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you click the like button. Leave a comment down below. It was absolutely the trolliest run of the year, for sure. But Genesis really bailed us out at the end, and, I appreciate that. It's thank you to Genesis. I'm not going to thank the game. Let's not be crazy now. So your question of the episode today is going to be, is there a troll engine? Post them in the comments down below and your thoughts and opinions on that. The top 3 most upvoted comments will be read on next week's episode. Have a great weekend, everyone. And as always, I'll see you all next time. Until then, so long, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. I'd like to thank some patrons of mine like Alec Holloman, Wyatt Sipes, and Flashback 007. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of an Isaac episode, check out my Patreon campaign, which you can find at patreon.com/Sinvicta.